for schools! Money for housing! Money for health care! Money for climate!
So we're a month into Trump 2.0, and there have been constant threats all the time. There have been executive orders signed to put in place daily ICE arrest quotas, which make it so that there are more collateral arrests for people who aren't even undocumented.
Shame!
Shame to them. They have removed policies on having ICE-free spaces, such as places of worship, schools, and hospitals, so that nowhere is safe for undocumented people. And sending more personnel from the U.S. military, who are also the largest polluters on Earth, to the border as if it's not already militarized to hell and back.
Hey, Trump, let's be clear, immigrants are welcome here! Hey, Trump, let's be clear, immigrants.
So today, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the life of Sam Nordquist. Sam was a trans man of color from Oakdale, Minnesota, whose life was tragically and horrifically stolen. Over the last few weeks, it's become evident that he was abused and tortured up to the point of his death by people who were supposed to care about him.
Shame!
And that police did nothing, despite attempts by both Sam and his family to get help.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
Sam's story is an awful reminder of how, as a result of their precarious place in society, many trans people, and especially trans people of color, are vulnerable to abuse and exploitation. It's also a reminder that the cops who are supposed to protect and serve are not there to protect and serve anything but the interests of the rich.
That's right.
Sam Nordquist should be alive right now. Say his name!
Sam Nordquist!
Say his name!
Sam Nordquist!
Say his name!
Sam Nordquist!
Donald Trump threatens to accelerate the crisis that we're already in and make this world unlivable for all of us. Say shame to that!
Shame!
That's why we're here today, because we've been given no choice. We could decide to hide away for the next 4 years and put our heads in the sand. We could try not to live in the world we live in, but to do that would be to deny reality. The way I see it, if we want a world where we are free to live full, healthy, dignified lives, we have to get up and fight.
Northern Gaza, which was once 2/3 agricultural land, has been completely decimated. Strawberry fields, olive trees, and lemon trees have been wiped out by 80,000 tons of Israeli bombs. Israel's use of white phosphorus has led to respiratory diseases and cancer in civilian populations due to prolonged exposure. And nearly all water in Gaza is unfit to drink, and desalination plants have been destroyed, leaving the population dependent on unsafe water sources. On top of that, Israel has a history of using greenwashing to justify their ethnic cleansing. In 2022, a state-sponsored forestation project led to the violent arrest of families and children, since its true aim was to remove Palestinians from their native land. And this further paved the way for the destruction of Palestinian farmland in order to quote-unquote make the desert bloom. And so even after all this, Palestinians refuse to give up, and we commend them for it. But somehow Trump thinks he's going to be the one to make them finally leave? What does he mean when he says he plans on the U.S. taking and owning the Gaza Strip? Does he plan to send U.S. troops to do the job that Israel couldn't do? Are any of you excited at the thought of sending your kids to do the U.S. empire's dirty work?